Hello, Jan Roberts from Key Leadership Institute in Johannesburg, South Africa. And this is my third session on leadership excellence. And today I want to talk into EQ, which is emotional intelligence. And it's one of the most important character traits of a great leader. And I'm also going to talk a little bit in why it is so important. See, I know it is challenging to pinpoint a single most important character trait for a leader. And discussions about this no doubt will be ongoing, as leadership effectiveness often depends on a combination of many different traits. And that's why I keep writing about this. However, many experts and studies highlight the significance of emotional intelligence as a foundation and crucial characteristic for exceptional leadership. Now, emotional intelligence, EI or EQ as it is better known as, involves the ability to recognize, understand, manage, and influence your own emotions as well as the emotions of others. EQ actually has four main areas, and the first two cover self, and the other two cover others. See, the first one is about self-awareness, especially emotional self-awareness. Then the second one is about self-management, and this area talks into emotional self-control, adaptability, achievement orientation, and positive outlook. The third one is about social awareness. This one actually delves into empathy and organizational awareness, amongst other things. And then the last one is relationship management. This section explains influence, coaching and mentoring, conflict management, teamwork, and inspirational leadership. Now, I'm going to give you some of the descriptions of why EQ is often considered as a key trait for great leaders. And the first one is relationship building. Now, leaders with high emotional intelligence can build strong, positive relationships with their team members. They are more in tune with others' feelings, creating a sense of trust and collaboration within the team. Now, which is so important as a leader, because if you cannot build relationships, you will never be a great leader. I think I might have mentioned it before, but John Maxwell, my friend and mentor, has a quote that he said, "Leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less." And people say, how do you get influence over people? I say, well, that's already a wrong start. How do you get influence with people? Well, you build better relationships. Oh, and how do you do that? Well, you ask better questions. And not necessarily about work. Ask better questions about them. And then they say, well, how do you ask better questions? You need to listen better. See, a quality of a great leader as well is also not to talk louder, but to listen more. So if you cannot build relationships, you will never become a great leader. I think that makes total sense. So the second one is effective communication. Now, emotional intelligence enhances communication skills. Leaders who understand their own emotions, communication style, as well as learning style, can articulate thoughts and ideas more effectively, especially with the styles that they don't communicate with, and they will have them in the forefront of their mind, while also being receptive to the emotions and perspectives of others. See, it's about know thyself, which is so important. Because if you really want to connect with other people, you better know how you can connect with yourself, what your communication style is, what your learning style is, what your strengths and your areas for improvement are. I hope that makes sense. Then another important one, of course, is if you're leading, you know this, conflict resolution. Now, a leader's ability to navigate conflict is crucial. Leaders with high emotional intelligence can handle conflict with tact and empathy, seeking resolutions that will benefit all parties involved in any conflict. Now, DEI awareness also plays a very important part in getting to successful outcomes, especially in an ever-changing smaller world where diversity is growing in every single area of your organization, whether it's online or in person. Now, my wife, Dr. Arthur Moore Roberts, is a global DEI specialist and creates amazing awareness on this important subject in her transformational team build workshops. Now, I know that some people have now become aware of what's happening with the North America, where they talk, they're scrapping DEI. DEI is often misunderstood in that part because It is not about putting the wrong people in the wrong jobs because, and then it could be skin color, race, gender, whatever, all the age, all these kind of things. No, it is about understanding what diversity is all about and then including that into your life. Stephen Covey always said, try to understand before being understood. And that is really what it's about, understanding other people. So, because how can you become more inclusive if you don't understand other people's race, religion, skin color, gender, political affiliations? The divisiveness of many of these kind of things is created a lot by, dare I say, mainstream media. But we should try to connect with each other at a heart level, if that makes any sense. Then the next one is adaptability. See, leadership often navigates uncertainty and change. Emotional and intelligent leaders are more adaptable, resilient, and better equipped to handle many of the challenges that come with change, which is one of the constants guaranteed to unsettle many employees in an organization. Then it is motivation and inspiration, another point of EQ. See, leaders with emotional intelligence can inspire and motivate their team. Now, before you say anything, I know that when they call them motivational speakers, I'm involved in that as well. It should really be inspirational speakers because motivation actually comes from within. So, really, what I should have said there is that leaders can inspire people to motivate themselves. I hope that makes sense. See, they understand how to tap into the emotions that drive individuals, develop a sense of purpose, and commit to shared goals. To get everyone on the same page and to get buy-in to believe in the organization's vision is powerful in so many ways. Then there is self-awareness and self-regulation. Transformation begins in me. So it all starts in self. So great leaders are self-aware and understand their own strengths, weaknesses, and triggers. They can regulate their emotions, remain composed, and focused even in high-pressure situations. See, as a behavior and analysis consultant and trainer, I can attest to the power of getting to know yourself as a leader at any level. With my new executive coaching clients, I always provide them with a profile assessment because it leads to a stunning insight and great discussions between the two of us, and great surprises sometimes. Then there is empathy. Well, empathy is a key component in emotional intelligence because it allows leaders to understand and share the feelings of their team members. Now, this ability to connect on a deeper level creates a positive and supportive work environment. See, it really assists in building, excuse me, solid relationships within your team, with your clients, and with any other stakeholders that are part of your project or your business. I would even add compassion into the mix. And again, my wife, Dr. Artie Moore Roberts, who I mentioned earlier, is also writing a bestseller, The Compassionate Leader of Influence, which really covers the important areas of leadership at a very different level. Because empathy and compassion are different. They're moving in the same direction, but that's a story for another day. So the last one I want to share with you that is an important part is decision making. See, because emotional intelligent leaders make better decisions. By considering the emotional impact of decisions on individuals, they can make choices that align with the overall well-being of the team and the organization. Now, this does not mean they always get it right, whoever does, but it is yet another trait that makes a significant difference. I hope that gave you some insight because while there are many more valuable traits for effective leadership, which I will mention in the following videos, emotional intelligence stands out for its broad influence on various aspects of leadership. See, leaders who possess high emotional intelligence are better equipped to navigate the complexities of interpersonal relationships, communication, and decision making. Now, ultimately, making a much more positive impact and contribution to the overall success of their teams and thus the entire organization. And people who become more self-aware, who become more emotionally intelligent, also will have the benefits not just in the organization. They will have this with their family. They will have this with their community. They will have this in their social environment. So it is a wonderful trait to really get a hold of and study more of, because this is just an overview. But because it's a fairly broad overview, I hope that you find some use of this, and that you maybe use this as a catalyst to expand and explore this further. So I hope to see you in the next video, and wish you a wonderful evening. Take care.